So, welcome. So we're going to work today with the spine and torso. So we're going to do forward folds, backward bends, some side stretching, and some twists. And you can begin class just seated, or you can be down on your back. If you feel tired, you can use a bolster under the knees, and just using a bolster or some pillows. 2 blocks, so you can use some books and then a blanket as well. So we're going to begin with something, it's sort of a bit of a visualization / meditation, but it's based around something called the microcosmic orbit, which is a part of Chinese medicine and a part of their meridian theory, and it involves the 2 central meridians that run up the back body and down the front body. So the governing meridian comes up the back body, sort of from the perineum up around the top of the head, and it goes all the way just to underneath the nose. And then the conception vessel goes from underneath your lip, and it goes down to just underneath the belly button. And so the yang principle is more the governing meridian or the governing vessel, and then the feminine principle is more the conception vessel, or the exhale, the front of the body. So we'll be working with that in our meditation, but we'll just start by settling in and just finding the breath and flow. So just make yourself comfortable, make any adjustments that you might need, just so you can settle in where you are. Just consciously allowing yourself just to arrive in the room that you're in your body. Beginning by noticing the points of contact that you have with the floor. So maybe your feet or your bottom. Just noticing the feeling of that sensation of the floor underneath you, and then also of gravity pulling you down and grounding you into the floor. From there, we'll come to just notice the sounds that are in the room that you're in. So perhaps it's the sound of my voice, or music, or any other sounds you can notice. See if you can work with just allowing those sounds to exist in your awareness, without needing to make them right or wrong, just allowing them to be as they are. From there, we'll come to bring our awareness towards the breath. So as you inhale, it's noticing the sensation of the inhale at the nostrils or maybe at the throat. As you exhale, allowing the body to soften, maybe the shoulders come away from the ears. Taking a few breaths like that, noticing the sensation on the inhale, a softening sensation on the exhale. Take 3 more breaths like that. Here we'll come to visualize and work with the microcosmic orbit. So we'll do for this practice is imagine just from the perineum that you're going to inhale, and you can imagine that breath coming up the back line of the body, so the center of the spine, and up to in between the eyebrows. And then as you exhale, imagining that breath and the awareness coming down the center line of the body and to just underneath the navel. And then we'll inhale, bring it underneath the body, up the back, and to the third eye. And then exhale, come down the front of the body, just underneath the belly button. And we'll just continue with the breath like this, just following the awareness for about 1 minute. Inhaling up the back, between the eyebrows, and then exhaling down the body, just underneath the navel. Taking 3 more rounds of breath like this. Now you can release that practice of visualization. Let's come to notice how you feel. This can be a really good one for building a bit of energy and centeredness and drawing the energy back into the center line of the body. And then just checking in on what your intention might be for class today. Be something you want to cultivate or something you want to let go of, and just a word or feeling state. And then when you're ready, you can slowly blink open your eyes and we'll move into your first pose when you're ready. So for this one, we're going to come to open through the front line of the body and the inner thighs. So the first gentle back bend. So this one is called a reclined butterfly. So you'll have your bolster or your pillows behind you. And then you'll come to sit onto your bottom and you're going to take the soles of the feet together and knees wide. And the feet can be close if that feels comfortable or further away. And with this one is the option to bring a block underneath your knee as well. So that will just, if you get sore in the hip joint, it will help just to protect that or to not have the inner thigh sensation so deep. Okay. And then we'll come to lie back onto the bolster. So your arms can be out in line with the shoulders. Or if you like, they can be up above the head, holding onto opposite elbows. We'll begin here for about 3 minutes. So as you settle into your option here, just making any adjustments to feel comfortable, knowing that you're looking for about 70 or 80% of sensation or of the range within the body. Looking for that sensation in the inner thighs and also in the front line of the body here, maybe through the shoulders as well. Once you've found a position that you feel like you experience the right amount of sensation, and you can still breathe. I think the inhale practice is to also find stillness. Just allow the time, gravity, and our breath to do the rest. So no need to force or apply too much pressure. Just allow our bodies with the breath and the time just to sink in. Meditation in this pose here, just to deepen the breath a little as you breathe in and out of the nose. So inhaling through the nose down into the belly, ribs, and then the chest. And then as the breath comes out, the body relaxes back into the bolster and into the floor. Got one more minute here. Inhale, breath. Releasing, exhaling. And our options to rebound for this one is to, first option is to just take the legs long, and you can keep your body over the bolster as it is. Or if you'd like just to rest on your back, you can make your way up and just roll the bolster out to the side. So just choosing your rebound position here. We'll be here for 1 minute, either all the way down on the back, or you can keep your body up on the bolster. Just taking this rebound time just to notice, to tune into any sensation in the inner thighs. It's quite normal to feel a sensation of rebound tenderness, or feeling of stiffness or tightness within the inner thighs, maybe the front of the body. Even a sensation of warmth and flushing. Notice what sensations are there as they shift and change. All of them, and you're ready, you can slowly take the feet to the floor. And we'll allow the knees to come side to side if that feels good, just releasing through the hips a little. And then when you're ready, you can either press yourself up to seated or roll yourself over to one side and then make your way up. And we're going to come into a caterpillar now. So this is to round through the back of the body. There's a couple of different options depending on how your legs feel. So the first one would be to place the bolster underneath the knees, and you'll probably need a block for this one. And then the target area is the back body here. So you're going to round over, and perhaps you might want a block just to support the head. So you may want to hold it there, place it on the bolster or even down on the floor, and you can release the arm. And then another option as well, you can just try both, see what feels better, is to place the bolster over the legs, and then you're going to round your body forward and allow the head to hang down. So you're really looking for a rounding through the spine, taking the arms forward. And again, here you can place the hands in the head if you want some support while you sink in. Even hold a bolster, a block, and then just let the head rest there. See what feels best for you there. I'm going to be in this one for 4 minutes. So just make sure you feel supported. You could also take a blanket underneath the bottom if that felt supportive. And just find your way forward and release the head, just let it hang down. Just make any adjustments to get comfortable. So we've been in a backward bend, and now I'm moving into a forward fold. So moving the body in the opposite direction, getting those different ranges of motion through the spine. And in this pose, we're also helping to nourish our energy levels as we work with the water element, with the bladder meridian in particular in this one. And so just see as you breathe in and out, can you allow the back body to lengthen, the head to hang down. As we go through life and the spine muscles are working to hold us up, to move through the day, we can get quite strong and built up along this back body. So it's a beautiful opportunity to just breathe into the back of the body. Let's see if it can slowly soften and ground you. You may even like to imagine that as you inhale, you breathe up the back of the legs. And then as you exhale, that breath spills up and out the top of the head and the ground into the feet. So it's doing a circular motion through the back body. We've got a minute and a half left here. We'll take 4 more breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can slowly make your way up. We're going to rebound here on your back. So the bolster's already under the knees. You can come to lie back. If not, just placing it underneath or just coming to lie all the way back. So you can also rebound on your side or even on your belly if that feels better. Coming to settle into the floor, and again, just noticing that sensation in the back body. Can you perhaps name the texture or the temperature of the sensation that you feel? Just watching it as it changes. Into 5 more breaths here. If you'd like to stay here longer, you're more than welcome. If you are ready to move, you can take your feet to the floor. Just allow the knees to go side to side. And just releasing through the hips and lower back. And when you're ready, we'll roll to one side. And so we're going to come into another subtle back bend now, more around the top part of the body. So we're going to place the bolster across the mat, and then you want your block or your book just for behind the head, just about where the head will go. We'll move around Elvis. And then from here, we're going to place that bolster just behind the heart or around the bra strap area. And then place your head onto the block. So the block can actually be on its highest setting if you like. So that'll lengthen the neck, or middle setting all the way down. Or if you're quite open, you can even remove it. And then you're going to take the arms up into a Y. And now legs can be long, or if you'd like to target the inner thighs as well, you can go soles of the feet together and knees wide. So that's totally up to you, depending on how your body feels. Just settling in here, so looking for a sensation of opening through the ribs, the chest, and the shoulders as well. Maybe even a little through the neck, depending on where your block is. Be in this one for 3 minutes. Just making any adjustments you need, placing the legs where it feels best. And here we come to open through the front of the body. So specifically in this one, we're making space for the lungs, the heart space. So making more capacity for the breath in the lungs, opening up the ribs. And just seeing if you might like to deepen the breath a little bit here. Just entered into the middle element, so into the autumn season. So in this pose, we also work with the lung and large intestine meridian. It's helping to support the lungs as we move through the change in the weather as it begins to get a little bit colder. Chinese medicine, this is said to build our Wei Qi, which is our protective qi that our lungs produce. So through stretching into these meridians, but also through deepening the breath and allowing more qi into the body, this helps to support our immune system. One more minute. We'll take 3 more breaths here. If you're ready to come out, we're going to place the feet on the floor, bend the knees, and then you're going to use your hands to support the head to bring the chin to the chest. Then slowly wriggle your way down so that you end up with the bolster as a pillow. So you end up on your back here, with the back body on the floor. You can maybe bend the knees, take the feet wide, or just have the legs long. Perhaps you can take a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly. Just noticing here how you feel. And then we can allow the space and the time just for all parts of our experience, all parts of ourselves to coexist. Just allow ourselves to notice, to accept things as they are in this moment. And if we have the capacity to do so today, just to keep those things with a feeling of warmth, maybe with kindness. Allowing our experience to be exactly as it is. Which is the energy of Yin and allowing the energy. Take 3 more breaths here. Ready? We're just gonna squeeze the knees to the chest. Give yourself a little hug, maybe the hips might want to move a little side to side. Yeah, we're just gonna simply place the bolster over to the left-hand side. You probably won't need that for a little bit, and then just allow yourself to come back to the center of your mat here. And we're going to come to a banana shape, so a banana asana, so stretching into the side of the body. So legs are going to come as wide as the mat. Hello, Els. And you're going to cross your right ankle over your left. And then your arms are going to come up overhead, and your chest and arms are also going to come over to the left. So you're making a banana shape with the body, and your left hand is holding onto your right wrist. So you're stretching right up the side of the body here. And then wanting to feel a bit of sensation in the side of the body, keeping the hips nice and grounded. There is an option here to pop a pillow or a bolster over your hips just to help with that grounding if you like. Really, you can just come to a depth that feels comfortable, that you feel like you can breathe into. We'll be here for 4 minutes. So find a position that feels like you can hold, breathe into. And feeling that sensation in the right hand side of the body. So this pose, we work into our full body movement, which runs right up the side of the body. It's a really beautiful pose for releasing tension in the body, for relieving headaches as well. As our liver and our gallbladder meridian are really they sort of govern the pressure and the tension in the body. They also help to regulate it, but by virtue of stretching into and also helping to balance with these meridians, it helps to balance that stress and tension in the body as well. So again, in this one, you may like to inhale, imagining that breath coming up from the right foot all the way up to the right hand. As you exhale, that breath spills out the hand and down. It's breathing into the side body, and as you exhale, softening into the front. I've got 2 more minutes here. And we'll take 4 more breaths. Ready? You can bring your body back through center. So just uncross those legs. Bring the body back to center. We'll just rest on our back for 4 breaths. And here we'll come to the other side. So again, take your legs as wide as the mat. This time we'll cross the left ankle over the right. Then take the arms up overhead and just scoot that chest over to the right. Also, right hand holds onto that wrist maybe. And I didn't mention before, but you can also swap those legs. So once they're over to the right, you could also cross the right over the left. So if you want to try both and just see which feels better on this side. And just come to make any adjustments, find the right amount of sensation on this side, keeping the hips as grounded as you can. And again, we'll be here for 4 minutes. Also settle into this pose. See if you can, with each exhale, just consciously release any stress and tension, allowing the side body to lengthen. Also just noticing if there's any other parts of the body that are holding on that maybe don't need to be. So as you apply your attention to those areas of the body, perhaps as you just bring that attention towards them, maybe they will begin to soften if they can. As you sink into your practice, that breath can really be your friend, your assistant, not your yin practice, but also in life. It's a constant tool we have access to. Something happens without us even needing to think. Constant and natural flow we have coming in the body. Minute and a half attention. And if your body may want to go a bit deeper, or even if you want to just back off a little bit. We'll take an inhale breath. Releasing exhale. Get ready again. We'll bring the body back to center. And let's allow for 5 breaths here on the back. And from here, we're going to take both knees to the chest for a moment, give them a little squeeze. And then just make sure that your bolster is close to your left-hand side, just in line with the torso there. And you may need also a block just in case. And then we're going to extend the left leg long. Come to squeeze the right knee into the chest. So we're going to take that right knee up and over to the left and into a twist. And then you're going to roll all the way over to the left. Join your hands together. And then as you inhale, we're going to open that right arm out and behind you. So if your back arm doesn't touch the floor, you can take a block underneath the arm. Or if you feel like you might need a bit more support underneath your right knee, then you could place another block there as well. So just take whatever adjustments you might need. And from there, you can either take your head to the left, up to the roof, or all the way over to the right. So just see what feels better in the neck. You don't necessarily have to look all the way over to the right. We'll be here for 3 minutes. Twisting is very good for our spine, especially as we've started this twist on the top of the body and our top vertebrae, so our cervical and also our thoracic vertebrae are really well built for twisting, whereas our lower vertebrae, our lumbar and sacral, are more made to flex and extend, so to fold and to backward bend. So it's really nourishing for the spine just to move it in all directions. We also allow here a little massage for our internal organs, really good for our digestion to twist. So through this pose, gain access to quite a number of meridians. We work into our gallbladder meridian, we open out into our lung and large intestine and heart meridian. Combo of energy that we get to balance as we work into this space. Take an inhale breath. And exhale, bring that right arm up and behind and in front of you, sorry. And then you're going to rebound on your left hand side, just giving the bolster a little puddle so you can roll all the way over. And we'll just take 5 breaths here. And then from there, we'll slowly roll onto your back, but bring the bolster with you so it ends up over and on your right hand side. From there, we'll take the right leg long, the left knee up to the chest. And that left knee comes up and over the bolster, roll all the way onto your right hand side. And then with the inhale, we'll spin that left arm up towards the roof and then around into your twist. So again, you can take a block underneath the knee or underneath that back arm if it doesn't touch the floor. Take another 3 minutes here. Again, the head can be to the right, up to the roof, or all the way to the left. Just see what feels best for your body. I suppose invitation to come to count your breath. So as you inhale, counting 1, then allowing the exhale. And then the next inhale, counting 2, and then allowing the exhale. Continuing all the way up to 20. And then we'll release any counting practices here. Again, we're going to bring that left arm back up and over and onto your side. So you can rebound here, just give the bolster a little puddle, a spoon. We'll take 4 breaths here. Right, so we're completely gonna come into your final resting pose, into your shavasana. So maybe want to take something underneath the knees if you like a little bit of support there. Maybe a blanket for warmth as well. So just take what you need here. Really be in whatever position feels most restful. You can always do a legs up the wall for your shavasana as well. Yeah, coming to rest down. So taking your time to make any adjustments, settle in to be nice and cozy, nice and warm. So in that position, just allowing yourself to notice the points of contact that your body makes with the floor. Each exhale, just allowing the body to soften. Each of those points of contact just become a little heavier. There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Just resting here. It's breathing. And begin to just deepen your breath through here. Bring the awareness back into the body, and breath into the belly. Ready is bringing some movement back into the fingers, into the toes. Maybe the head might want to come side to side. See what movement feels best for your body. Perhaps your arms might want to stretch out through the legs. From there, you can either take the knees to the chest or the feet, the floor or the bolster, and just allow them to side to side. Already resting on your side for a few breaths. And that yin feeling just soak into the body. You're ready, slowly making your way up to seated. Just taking your time in a comfortable position. Get to your seated position, closing down through the eyes, noticing how you're feeling. Together, we'll take 2 deep breaths. So to prepare, we'll inhale. We'll exhale, empty the air. Inhale through the nose. And open the mouth, let it out. And then one more like that. And to your natural breath, we'll take hands to heart center, palms together. Finding a moment of gratitude here for each other, our ability to breathe and to move, the practice of breathing.